Welcome back to the Hennisphere, everyone, and welcome back to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. Today is Thursday, May 22nd, and first and foremost, thank you to the San Antonio Spurs for my ticket today to the park. I know I can use this whenever I want, but I appreciate them offering admission to so many of their employees, including myself. So that's awesome. I actually won some stuff from the San Antonio Spurs organization today in a raffle, but I am here to talk about a lot of things regarding this park and the entire Six Flags portfolio, because there was a investors meeting yesterday at Cedar Point, or maybe it was 2 days ago at Cedar Point, and they discussed a lot of stuff in terms of what the priorities are for each park and which parks are actually a priority or not. And they're going to offer some new things for everybody to enjoy, like different passes and a different app. So I'm gonna go over that today because it does relate to this park right here, my home park, that I'm gonna vlog a lot more often. And I'm gonna check out the construction updates as well. If you follow the park president on Instagram, he will have shown you that this mural is new for this year. It used to say Fiesta, Texas, I believe, with a lot of San Antonio inspired artwork behind it. But now is a beautiful couple dancing with a sunrise or sunset. In the last video, I was here on a Saturday and it was pretty crowded. They also had a Coca-Cola truck out here serving samples of some kind of orange cream drink. Today, Thursday, it is much emptier. I assume things are mostly on one train ops. I noticed the employee lot was also really light, about half as full as Saturday. But another thing I want to talk about are the events, because tomorrow there are 2 events starting, and this Saturday on the 24th another event is starting. The first one, which is a one-day only event, is tomorrow, May 23rd. It's outdoor classroom day. There are going to be so many students here and teachers from all over the San Antonio area teaching classes outside about roller coasters and the rides here. I think that's pretty neat. I saw it on the Six Flags website. You can just Google it. And there's actually workbooks and activities that you can look at on the website regarding different ride forces and altitudes and whatnot. You can look at graphs of all the different rides with different variables plotted over time on an x-axis and a y-axis. And you can try to guess which rides they are based on the height difference and the g-forces throughout the ride. Really neat. I wish that was around when I was in school, because I would love, even if it's not a field trip, just a classroom day here would be awesome. The second thing that's starting tomorrow is the military appreciation days. So starting tomorrow through Sunday, actually through Monday, Memorial Day, all military service members with a valid US military ID can get in for free, and they can bring family and friends, up to 6 people total, besides the service member, for only, I believe, $29. And I think the normal ticket price here is sometimes $90. So that's a solid 67% off. Really awesome. And then the third event that's happening, starting Saturday, is the Summerbration event. There's gonna be a lot of different shows happening all over the park. Zaragoza Theater is gonna have a show Saturdays and Sundays only. And then there's gonna be a fireworks show at 9:15 p.m. every Saturday. So that is starting this Saturday, the 24th. And the Piece of Tape Chronicles continues. Look at that R. Yep, still there. Okay, this isn't like super unusual, but I haven't seen it in probably 3 or 4 years. There's no line for Poltergeist. I mean, the ride looks closed, but when you get up here, it's open. So yeah, Poltergeist is like a walk-on. Quick little peek at the sign for Summerbration that I was talking about. There's gonna be a show at Rockville and also character meet and greets. Looney Tunes and Sposburg, DC comic book characters and superheroes in DC Universe. And then, as I mentioned, Zaragoza Theater, and also the Teatro, I believe they call it, at the entrance to Boomerang will also have a show. Now, last time I was here, the boardwalk was closed until 1 p.m. Right now it is 3:20, so let's see if everything's open. These games are not operating, but Wave Runner is closed. Dang, okay. I can tell so far everything else except Fireball looks open. Yeah, Fireball's not open either. There was a huge investors meeting this week between Zimmerman, who I believe is the CEO or the president of Six Flags now, all Cedar Fair and Six Flags Legacy Parks. And he touched on a lot of really interesting metrics in that meeting. And one of the things that I want to talk about is how lopsided the revenue is from, I think he said 14 different parks account for 80% of the revenue. And that's really crazy because I believe there's roughly 34 parks in the entire chain now. So what that means is in the past, Six Flags was okay with a couple of parks really stealing the show in terms of how much attendance they got and how much money they were making. The parks that really weren't doing well, they were okay with keeping them around because they might take some of the profits from the big parks and just kind of spread it evenly to all of the parks. So they each got a little bit of investment every year. But now it seems like the new regime who is in charge, they don't want that to happen. They want all of the parks to be doing well. So they're trying to get all of the parks that are struggling to come up millions of dollars. They want to spread the wealth, but they want each park to grow on their own. So in looking at each market where the parks are, Six Flags has determined that places such as Dallas need to be doing better in terms of market penetration. And what that means is right now in the state of Texas, Six Flags Fiesta Texas is doing better, all things equal, than Six Flags Over Texas. And because of that, Over Texas is now the priority because they want that place to improve. Now, they are getting a Giga Dive Coaster next year. This park, we don't know what this park is getting, but I would go as far to say as by 2028, this park may get like a family coaster or a kids coaster, something to replace Kid Flash, but I don't expect anything major to be coming to this park. I think Over Texas is gonna get its Giga Dive and maybe another coaster, and then Six Flags will look by 2028 and see if that park has taken over some of the Dallas area market share. That's what they wanna see, because up there they have the Cowboys, the Texas Rangers, the Dallas Stars, and they don't have any of that here in San Antonio. So this park has a good share of the market. Another thing that I want to note is the new passes that are going to be available probably next year. Six Flags is trying to group a couple of close parks together and offer them on one single pass. So for San Antonio, you have Six Flags Fiesta Texas with Hurricane Harbor, and you have Schlitterbahn New Braunfels. That is going to be its own pass in the future. And the formerly known as Splashtown in Houston, now Hurricane Harbor in technically Spring, Texas, that is going to be partnered with Schlitterbahn Galveston and be offered on the same pass. And Six Flags Over Texas will be offered on a pass with Frontier City. So that is coming soon. The only other thing to note that everyone will have access to is a new app that's going to incorporate all Six Flags parks and Cedar Fair parks. So the Six Flags app, I guess, is going to go away. You can see some construction here right next to the funnel cake stand. And that's where I was seeing a lot of plumbing going on yesterday. You could see a lot of empty space back there, and if you look through the fence here, you can see more of that plumbing just right here. Nothing much happening. I don't know what all this is going to be. It seems like it's too small for an attraction, so I'm gonna say it's probably something to do with restaurants or just infrastructure. So cool seeing Shazam open and operating today. I am gonna ride it after I ride the Metropolis Transit Authority. Let's go. Kid Flash. Why not get a close-up view of Kid Flash Cosmic Coaster? There's all those zip ties. I think those were there last time I was here. Really doesn't look like much has happened. Oh man, but you can tell like there's been damage. There's been a lot of damage done to this thing from the times that it derailed. And behind this wall right here, there was a big Kid Flash statue, and that has been removed. So as far as I can tell, the signage is gone right here, and the yellow train is not on the track. It might be behind Poltergeist. The red train, though, is still on the track. We do have active construction going on over here at the water features. Looks like they're actually building an entire structure around, I don't know if there's a generator under there or an air conditioning unit of some sort, but they've got the Quickcrete over here, so they will be constructing a walls and a ceiling, a roof of some sort. And they're getting ready for that pyrotechnics fireworks show on Saturday for Summerbration. Look at all those cables. I think it's time for the first ride of the year on Iron Rattler. The line does not look long at all. Well, that was an awesome time on Iron Rattler. Great ride. I got lucky. They were on one train ops and they let me sit front row. So I am using Ray-Ban Stories. I don't know if I've mentioned that on the channel, but yes, I can actually film POVs now of different rides. So there are a couple of POVs I'll be posting soon. Oh man, Roadrunner Express is still down. It must be a permanent closure. I mean, when I say permanent, I mean an extended amount of time, like maybe a couple months. I don't know what's wrong with it. I hope it's not something with the lift hill motor or chain, again, because that's gonna take upwards of 2 months to fix, to get the part in, and aerodynamics is no longer in business, as most people know, so it's gonna be a while. But last time on Saturday, I showed you that water park opened at noon, but today, Thursdays, it is not open. So I believe it is it's either Friday, Saturday, Sunday only, or Saturday, Sunday only. That is gonna do it from a fairly empty Thursday here at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. It was a great visit. I'm really happy I got to use the Ray-Ban Stories for the first time and had a lot of news to cover. So if you want to see more POVs and more updates and everything from not just this park, but the overall Six Flags chain, please subscribe and like the videos. That helps the word get out that I'm doing this. And also, I'm going to put up a poll because I want to know, from you guys who follow the channel. How often do you want to see the vlogs like this? Do you want to see them once a week like normal in the past, or do you want to see it twice a week, or do you just love seeing this park so much you want to see it every single day? Just let me know. I'll give you 3 options. But I'm gonna be posting a lot more often because of YouTube Shorts, so you may see some of the POV stuff also as YouTube Shorts in the future. Also, with the schedule and whatnot, today being a Thursday, the park is open until 6 p.m. So it was open 11 to 6, and going forward, especially for Memorial Day weekend, it's going to be open 10:30 to 9, and the water park will only be open Saturday, Sunday, and Monday this weekend from noon till 7. That was another day in the Hennisphere.